I'm just freezing. I got the AC off. Run, Done, Reborn is what his name is. This is the reactor talking about Mr. Beast. Let's see what's going on with Mr. Beast. He got caught up in some shit, huh? Hit the thumbs up button. Let's get into it.
Something very important with you all, especially with young men who wish to have a wife and children in the future, or any young men who are already fathers today, especially if you are the father of a girl. And to help us understand the context of this situation, we will be watching this video here. The Mr. Beast allegations are worse than ever by this YouTuber, August the Duck. So let's go ahead and watch this video and learn more.
Now, in this video, he interviews a former Mr. Beast employee named Jake Weddle, who has quite a lot to say about how things are done on the Mr. Beast YouTube channel. Now, we're only going to be looking at a very small portion of this video, just a few minutes, but I would recommend that you give this full video a watch because it's pretty eye-opening and it confirms a lot of things that a lot of people have been thinking for quite some time. One of the most important things they talk about, I think, is that Jake was supposed to be a part of a video where he attempted to spend 100 days in solitary confinement, and it went terribly. He was basically tortured, and it was just an awful situation that Mr. Beast went on to recreate multiple times. We're going to be taking a look at the last, 5 minutes of the interview, where Dogpack404 questions Jake Weddle about if he ever heard of sexual misconduct within the company outside of Ava Chris Tyson. And his answer to that is what we're going to watch now. Now, I'm going to let the clip play out in full because I feel like talking about this clip without showing you guys the tweet that followed it would kind of be pointless, because the tweet we're going to be looking at makes this clip go from somebody saying something that looks really bad but who knows what's the actual story behind it, to this clip being something that might genuinely have the potential to ruin the Mr. Beast channel, which is something that previously I really didn't think was possible. The clip is about 2 minutes long, and here it is.
Outside of Ava Chris Tyson, did you notice any or hear about any sexual misconduct at the company?
I've heard rumors. I can't confirm or deny anything. I don't have any tangible evidence, but I've heard stuff that if it could be investigated, that'd be great. But it's like water cooler talk. But I've heard things, yes, of course. I heard, people have been let go for sexually assaulting some very young people. Ooh. The idea that Jimmy didn't know, or that Jimmy was covering stuff up. He didn't want stuff to come out. He's very careful about his image. The tangible proof that he knew but covered it up. How do you prove that, Well, there was a known sex offender, registered sex offender, convicted sex offender.
Really? On
the registry and everything, who worked there. And you can, someone pees in public, you're on the registry, you get it. You can still have a job after you're on that's one thing. You go to prison, you get rehabilitated, that's one thing. Right. If you do your time, that's fine. I think there should be rehabilitation in this country. But that guy, from what I hear, I can't confirm or deny, from what I hear, he's on the registry for doing some not great stuff to some underage people.
Oh, no.
And they knew that. He's working at a channel that has underage people on and around and is targeted to underage people. And they covered up the fact that...
This is crazy, man. So that's what the big controversy with Mr. Beast is that somebody that he had employed was doing stuff to underage. Wow, that's crazy. Hit the thumbs up button. Oh, snap.
That not only did he work there, but he was like the manager when it all started. And that he knew, and because he'll be in videos, he'll be in thumbnails, he'll be around. And whenever he's wearing a mask. Why would you wear a mask? Why would you conceal your face? It's like, what are you concealing? That you are a registered sex offender? And that your face could be looked up on a thing? How much more can you literally cover up a sex?
Why is he talking like that? This man is stuck on stage. That's to quote Charleston White. It's just something I've noticed. Also, I can't help but call this out. This haircut right here, this is the white guy's version of the dreads with the fade. You know how every black dude, young black guy, and his brother now has dreads, the high top dreads with the fade and all that? This look right here with the mustache and the mullet, this is the white guy's version of that. You know what makes it even more funny? The guy who's actually making this video that we're reviewing right now has the exact same haircut. Like every white dude is rocking this style right now. Just an observation.
It's a little different.
But anyway, back to the video.
At one point,
it's a little different. It's not exactly the same. His stuff is a little bit more. This dude haircut is a little bit more South Carolina backwoods, kind of like hillbilly cut.
Okay, so this is what caused me to break my promise on not making any more Mr. Beast videos, because holy... This is insane. From just this clip alone, this looks absolutely terrible. You've got an RSO working at a YouTube channel that not only targets children as their audience, but also includes children in a lot of their videos. An RSO who is on the registry not for some sort of victimless crime like this guy mentioned, like peeing in public or something, but for something that involved an individual between the ages of 1 and 11. Couple that with the fact that he's wearing a mask in the video they were showing when nobody else is, there's really only so many reasonable conclusions you can come to. Now, once this video went live, it did not take people a very long time to find out this guy's real name and confirm that he is in fact on the registry for a crime with a victim aged 1 to 11. Screenshots of his registry info are all over Twitter. I'm not going to show that because YouTube will probably not like that, but pretty much everything that this guy said has been confirmed to be true, not only by random people on Twitter, but also by a tweet made by the RSO's brother-in-law, Jake the Viking, another former Mr. Beast employee. Here's what it reads. Here's the truth. Yes, Delaware is my brother-in-law. I didn't include this in the clip, but the nickname of the RSO is Delaware. Yes, he is an RSO. When he was 21, a 16-year-old girl accused him and others of assault when she was 11. Delaware took a plea deal, that's why there was no jail time, but he still had to register. His nickname isn't Delaware because he can't go back to Delaware. He's from Delaware. This is another part of the clip that I did not include, but Jake Weddle said he heard rumors that the guy's nickname was Delaware because he wasn't allowed to go back to Delaware. That was the dumbest thing I've ever heard. He's been back several times. He was hired before I was, and was actually the reason I got hired in Mr. Beast. Before being hired, Delaware sat down with Jimmy and Sue, Jimmy's mom, and explained to them everything. So yes, Jimmy knew. But again, this incident happened in 2010. Delaware was hired in 2017/2018. Delaware was also let go from the company before I was. Delaware was supposed to be a behind-the-scenes manager, but in a couple videos he was asked to partake because we needed people. He was reluctant, especially in the straitjacket because of his charges, and that's why he wore the mask. Delaware's charges are set to be dropped this fall. Delaware has been nothing but a good person, an amazing husband to my sister, and the best father to my 2 nieces that I could ever ask for. They want no part in this and want to just live their lives away from the limelight. I understand why anyone would be upset and frustrated over these allegations, and I do not blame them. Hurting kids in any way is completely unacceptable, but in the case of Delaware, I firmly believe he did nothing wrong and look forward to the day these charges are dropped. Thank you. Okay, there's a lot to unpack here.
First and foremost, it was incredibly unwise for Mr. Beast to choose to work with this person. Of all the people that you could hire for a position like that, why would you give it to a convicted child? Now, it sounds like he had some kind of story, some kind of alibi. Oh, he didn't really do it, but somehow got hit with a charge and had to take a plea and all of that. And look, this happened when he was younger, apparently, right? Wow. If you do the math, according to the tweets that were put out by his brother-in-law, he would have been 16 and the girl would have been 11 when this whole thing went down. Oh, and really? Now, if you follow through on the math, that would make him about 30 years old today. And can people change? Should people have second chances in life? Sure. But you don't got to be the guy to give him a second chance. And especially...
But they're both... Because she was 11, he was 16. Technically, they're both the minors. Really? I mean, how is that... Technically, they both the minors. So it's like... I mean, I don't know. But why would you want to mess with an 11-year-old if you're 16, 12, 13, 14, 15? Yeah, I wouldn't even want to. I don't know. I've always been into older women. Even when I was in high school, I wanted the seniors in college. You know what I'm saying? I've always been into like older women. But I mean, is that really a sexual? I mean, I guess I don't know. Is that a charge? Because I don't know. I guess he's 16. She's 11, 12, 13, 14. She's 4 years younger than him, but they're still under the age of 18. I don't know.
If your business is around children, your business targets children, you involve children a lot in the videos, you involve minors a lot in your videos. I don't know what this dude and his mother, Jimmy's mother, was thinking hiring this guy. Incredibly stupid. And in light of the other allegations that have come out regarding Ava Chris Tyson, and at this point, there are more than allegations. There's hard evidence showing that this dude is a certified weirdo. It really makes you look at this Jimmy Donaldson person sideways. Look at him a little bit suspiciously because he seems to not only attract but consciously like to keep around these sexual deviants, these perverts in his inner circle, it would seem. So it's really got to make you think. And this is not just about judging a person's morality or character based on their past actions. This is about the fact that he knowingly put a person in a position of power.
You gotta think though, a lot of these guys that be on this computer shit, because I think Jimmy is a gamer. Mr. Beast, his name, his real name is Jimmy. Mr. Beast is a gamer, so a lot of those gamers be incels. They don't know how to talk to women. They don't know how, you know what I'm saying? They have, you know what I'm saying? They don't know how to meet a grown woman. They don't know how to approach women. Even if you watch Mr. Beast, he kind of has that, you know, he even said it. He would stay in his room all day. He wouldn't talk to girls. A lot of these people don't go, you know, a lot of these, you know, these video game streamers and stuff like that and computer geeks, you know, they don't know how to converse with a woman. They have to. So, you know, all they know is from what they know on the computer and chit-chatting back and forth with each other while playing video games. So, you know, a lot of them be like incels. So, a lot of the incels, so he said there's a bunch of, so most of his crew is probably a bunch of computer geek incels that prey on little girls because they can't hang with, you know, they can't hang with girls their own age or older, you know what I mean? So, they have to, you know, because they still kind of like little kids. So they have to go down and try to mess with young girls, you know what I'm saying? Young people younger than them, because they feel like they have an advantage being older. I don't know. It's either way, you're preying on somebody. Either way, you know.
Within a corporation that targets minors,
Right.
Not only was this stupid, but it potentially could have been dangerous. You don't know who this man truly is. You don't know who he is behind closed doors.
Right.
You don't know if his demons have truly been resolved. And so putting him in that place, very stupid. But all that aside, this brings up a very important point that I would like to make, that this presents an opportunity to make. And that is the importance of protecting our daughters, protecting our sisters, our young girls. Whenever a situation like this happens, all the attention is always focused on the predator. It's always focused on the person, and not enough conversation is had about the failures of the fathers, the men, the mothers, the society in protecting these children. I have two young daughters, a 2-year-old and a 1-year-old. And the position that I have taken with my wife is that under no circumstances are our daughters ever to be left alone with a male that is not me. It is
That's the best way to do it. That's the best way to do it if you got kids, especially if you got two young daughters. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know, that's why my sister never really let my niece go out to like for sleepovers and shit. You know what I'm saying? She would never like, because you don't know who living in that house. You don't know whether they got an uncle in the basement that's a weirdo, and you send your daughter over there and she go to the bathroom or something and do pushing, you know, run up on her in the bathroom. Like, so my sister's like, no, you ain't going to stay at nobody's house. You can come have them stay here. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, what y'all think, man? Leave your comments. Subscribe to Charles and Ezra. Hit that thumbs up button.